Hello and welcome back to another holistic education video. In this video, we'll be continuing our series on the 25 hardest SAT math problems of this year according to Prep Maven. In this video, we'll be looking at problem number 10, which is a very interesting problem because there's both a straightforward way of solving it and a quick way of solving it that will help you save a lot of time on your SAT. So it gives us an equation, 2/3 times 9x minus 6 minus 4 equals 9x minus 6. And it asks, based on the equation above, what is the value of 3x minus 2, negative 4, negative 4/5, negative 2/3, or 4? So start off by writing out this equation. And firstly, we'll just go through the straightforward way of solving it, which is just to solve for x and plug that back in. So first, we want to multiply this out, this 2/3, and we would get 6x minus 4, and then minus this 4 right here, so minus another 4, equals 9x minus 6. We can put these two together. We get 6x minus 8 equals 9x minus 6. If we subtract this 6x from both sides, and I'll write this over here, we get negative 8 equals 3x minus 6. We can add 6 to both sides. That gives us negative 2 equals 3x. Divide both sides by 3, and we get x equals negative 2/3. And now we have this value of x. We can plug it back into our equation that we're looking for, 3x minus 2, and we can get 3 times negative 2/3 minus 2. This 3 cancels out with this 3. We get negative 2 minus 2, which equals negative 4, which corresponds to option A. Option A is the answer. So that's one way to do it, but there's even a quicker way to do it, which is good to learn because it's great to learn tricks to help you go through the SAT quicker. The SAT is, of course, a timed test, so anything that we can figure out how to do to get through these problems quicker will help us answer more problems and get a higher score. So in order to get through this quicker, we have to notice specific observation about our original equation, specifically this expression 9x minus 6. You'll notice that how does this 9x minus 6 relate to the value we're looking for, 3x minus 2? Well, 9 is 3 times 3, and negative 6 is 3 times negative 2. And in fact, 9x minus 6 is equivalent to 3 times 3x minus 2. We can factor a 3 out of this and get 3 times 3x minus 2. But of course, 3x minus 2 is exactly the term that we are looking to calculate to get the answer to this problem. So we can just call this some new variable. Let's call this variable z. Let's just say z is equal to 3x minus 2. We're just doing a placeholder variable. And now when we do that, we can plug z in here and we can say that 9x minus 6 is actually the same thing as 3z. Well, what does that do? We go back to our original equation, and everywhere that we have our 9x minus 6, we can just substitute this 3z. We get 2/3 times 3z minus 4 equals 3z. And now when we solve for z, we're solving for the exact thing that we're trying to get as our final answer. So once again, we can cancel out this 3 with this 3, and we'll get 2z minus 4 equals 3z. And if we subtract 2z from both sides, what we'll end up with is negative 4 equals z. And once again, z is the value we're looking for, 3x minus 2, and so we have just skipped having to solve for x and then plugging that value of x back in, and we have just immediately solved for what the value of 3x minus 2 is, and that is -4, or in other ways, option A. So 2 options going about it. If you don't notice this pattern, that's all fine. You can always use the first method above, solve for x, and then take that value of x and plug it back into our 3x minus 2 and get our answer. But it's always important to look for patterns, look for tricks that we can notice that, hey, we're looking to find this value, 3x minus 2, and our value 9x minus 6 is just the same thing as 3 times the value we're looking for. We can directly solve for the value that we're looking for immediately. So those are 2 different ways going about to solve this problem. One, using a trick to solve it quicker. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.